Good morning, students. It's time to go ahead and start our math lesson for the day. The only thing you need on your desk right now is your dry erase board, your dry erase marker, and your dry erase eraser. Okay? When you go to the gas station and buy a bag of chips and a Coke, you give the cashier your money and they give you the correct change back, right? Well, what if you went to the store and the cashier rounded your change? Would you rather them give you more money back or less? Would they round up or down? Up, right? You want the most money back. So today we're going to be having our lesson over rounding. We're going to be rounding sums and finding the differences to round them to the nearest tenth or 100 place value. So right now you just need to have your dry erase board. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and practice. I'm going to write the number on my board, and then I want you to go ahead and copy it. So, when rounding, the first thing you need to do is find the rounding place number. So, what I want you to do is go ahead and make a circle around the rounding place number. Your circle should be around the 9. That is your rounding place number. Then the number that's going to be rounded, make a square around it. Your square should be around the number 6. This is the place, this is going to help you determine the number if it needs to be rounded up or if it needs to be rounded down. So this is what your board should look like. Okay, go ahead and erase your board. We're going to try it a few more times just to make sure you're understanding. Let's go ahead and do it with a smaller number. Let's do the number 28. Okay, and once again, the circle is going to go around the rounding place number. Should be around your 2. And the place value number should be around your 8. Because again, you look at the 2 to know if this 8 should be rounded up or down when rounding. Okay, go ahead and erase that. Let's go ahead and try one more with the number 274. Okay, and again, the circle around the rounding place number should be around your 7, and the square around your rounding number, which is your 4. Okay, all right. Now that we've gone ahead and mastered that concept, I want you to go ahead and take your place 10 blocks out of your bag, and we're going to be using those to go ahead and practice making numbers, okay? All right, and on your base 10 blocks, you have 1s, you have 10s, you have 100s, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and write a number on here, and I want you to go ahead and create that with your base 10 blocks. And this is just giving you practice with using them because we're also going to use them to help us solve our problems and show us our work later. So use your base 10 blocks to go ahead and make the number 21. And of course there's more ways that you can do this. You know, you could have 2 10s and a 1. You could have 1 10 and then 11 ones. So there's more than one correct answer to go ahead and make 21 with your base 10 blocks. Okay, everybody got that? Okay, let's try it with a bigger number. Let's go ahead and try to make 157 with our base 10 blocks. Okay, so ideally, so it doesn't take you so long, you want to use your 100 block rather than counting out 15 different 10 blocks and then 7 individual ones. But either one will work. Everybody have 157 one way or another? Okay, great. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and start with our math journal. On your desk, you should have out your writing prompt with one question. It starts with John, okay? I'm going to have mine on the board, and we're going to work through the problem together. Go ahead and show your work on this paper. and you're gonna turn it into me. The other two you're gonna glue into your journal and work on your own, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and read the prompt. John got $100 for his birthday. He spent $57 on a video game. About how much money does he have left? Okay, so on your prompt, you should underline the word about because it's a key factor. That right there tells you that we're going to be rounding. It doesn't ask you what is the total. It says the word about, which we're using for rounding. So I need you to go ahead and show your work in more than one way. So he got $100, and we are going to subtract the $57 he spent. Okay, so we now go ahead and do your math. Take away 9, 10. And what did you get? 43, okay, correct. So 100 minus 57 is 43. Again, I want to see your work when you're doing these in your journal. Okay, so in order to find this on our rounding assignment, we're going to go ahead and make our number line. Okay, so you're going to make your number line starting at 40 all the way to 50. Okay, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Okay, so we know that the change from the $100 after you subtracted the 57 was 42. So we're going to go ahead and mark our place on our number line. 43, sorry. 43, okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to skip jump to 40. So what that means is go from 43 to 42, 42 to 41, 41 to 40, and we're going to stop. And we made 3 bunny hops, okay? Now we're going to go ahead and count to 50, skip hopping. So 43 to 44 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many hops over was it until you got to 50? 7 hops. Okay. So, looking at our number line, is he closer to 40 when we only needed to hop 3 times, or is it closer to 70? It's closer to 40, right? Okay. So when rounding, we would say that John got back $40, which he precisely got back 43, but when we're rounding, our answer would have been 40, okay? So you should have your 2 other prompts to glue into your journal. You're gonna use your scissors, go ahead and cut them out, and you're gonna work on that by yourself, okay? And I'm going to be walking around the room answering any questions you may have while you're working on those. If it'll help anybody, I wouldn't mind going ahead and saying the prompts out loud. Those prompts were, Lucy wants to save up to buy a new computer that costs $279.32. Her grandmother sent her $100 in the mail. She earned an allowance of $20. About how much more money does she need to save? Showing your work. The other prompt you have in your journal is Philip is at the gas station. He has $5. He's going to get a Coke that costs $1.29 and a pack of peanuts that costs 59 cents. About how much change does he have left? Okay, go ahead and glue those into your journal and work on those. When you're finished completing those answers, you're going to take a picture and upload it to your Seesaw so that I can grade it, okay? I don't want that one back. And again, I need you to go ahead and show your work at least 2 different ways. When you're working on those in your journal, some of the things you need to keep in mind is what place value are you rounding to? Again, if you're going to be rounding to your tens, your ones, or even your hundreds. And thinking about what multiple is the number closest to, because remember on our number line, if it's over here, it's closer to it. If it's over here, it's closer to this number, okay? Everybody done with those? Okay, great. Now you should have nothing on your desk. The next thing we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna do some math rounding on MathNook. I'm gonna go ahead and show you here. Generally, I would connect it to the projector, but I don't have a projector to use right now, so I'm just gonna show you on mine. I already have it uploaded and on your tablet. This game right here, there's instructions. I'm gonna go over those with you. So for this math boxing rounding game on MathNook, you are looking at the numbers in the boxes and clicking which one to round it to. You have boxing gloves. When you say the incorrect answer, you lose a glove. Once you lose all of your gloves, your life is over and a new one generates. I'm gonna go ahead and start it for you, show you an example of exactly what I mean. And if the volume's too loud, or if it's distracting you, you're more than welcome to mute it or put on your headphones. Okay, so right here, he has a number. He has a number right here showing 40, and these are my choices: 25, 27. These are my choices: number 25, 27, 23, and 44. And of course, it is giving you the time. Okay. So again, there's number 30. I'm looking for the number that's going to round the closest to it. 27. Okay? This number is 40. The number that's closest to it rounding would be 39. But let's click the wrong answer. So it's asking for 30. I'm going to round that to 35. Oh, it's wrong. I lost my glove. Once you lose all of your gloves, your round is over. Also, if you wait for the timer to run out, your time is over. I want you to go ahead and start on MathNook. Use 1 life, and I'm looking for the girl and boy who gets the furthest level. And I'll have a special prize for them. So go ahead and get out your tablet and go ahead and start on MathNook. And I'm going to be walking around making sure that you're on task on MathNook. Again, remember, once you lose all of your lives, it is over. Okay, we got our girl with the highest level. What level did you get to? Level 6? Okay, I have a prize for you when we go to lunch. Don't let me forget. Okay, the last thing to go ahead and wrap up our assignment is going to be this foldable. I want you to go ahead and get out. You also need your scissors. You're going to go ahead and cut across the dotted line. Let's start with the number 5 first. So you have your number 5 cut out. You can clearly see there's another little dotted line here that stops here. Go ahead and cut there. Okay, after you've made your slip, you're going to go ahead and fold it on that black line. So this says 5 or more, raise the score. And when you lift it, you'll see this little guy with his hands up in the air. right here on this portion, I would like for you to go ahead and give me at least one example of a number where it's 5 or more, so you raise the score. So I have it closed. When you open it, I have the number 47, okay? And again, your number is your choice. I'm gonna see if you did it correctly. So I have 7, which is more than 5. So I'm raising the score to what? Would I raise it to 40 or would I raise it to 50? You'd raise it to 50, correct. Okay, and go ahead and do the same with number 4. Cut it out on the square, cut the flap, fold it, write me your number. And I'd actually like for you to write the number you're rounding really big and the actual answer small like this. So my number I chose was 47. Since it's 5 or more, I'm rounding it to 50. And glue them into your jar. Okay. I'm going to be walking around if you have any questions while you're working on that, okay? Thank you very much, and that'll be our math lesson for today.